Good afternoon, and thank you all for being here as we welcome you to the site of the former Walnut Street Garage, where we've made a lot of progress over this past year. So we're here today to talk about even more progress, and we have some exciting announcements to make. So with that, I'd like to introduce the Mayor of the City of Bethlehem, Mayor J. William Reynolds. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Steve is the Executive Director of our Parking Authority, and I can't thank you enough, Steve, and your board, and I know you saw Dan and Mark around here, for being a true community partner, investing in our businesses and thinking about how we view transportation. This is one of the most exciting days that we've had here in the city in a long time, because we are ready to make a couple of exciting announcements for the future of our community. We are often talking about how we can create a more walkable, more bikeable community. As we like to say, cars are not the only things that deserve to be on our roads. And streets are not only built for cars, they're built for people. And that means walkers, that means bikers, that means families, that means people having the opportunity to enjoy public space. And that concept is easier sometimes as an idea than implementing a plan. But we have been hard at work with our parking authority, with those within our bike community, those that are committed to the idea of safe, accessible access for whomever you are in our city. And we're here ready to make a couple of exciting announcements. For the first exciting announcement, I'm going to turn to one of my great friends, Scott Slingerland from the Coalition for Appropriate Transportation. I don't want to bury your lead, Scott. This guy, and Scott's gonna talk for a few minutes here, but I just want to say is, you know, one of the reasons why my job is easier than mayor's in a lot of places is that you have people that are dedicated to the community, dedicated to creating good things for people other than themselves. And I don't know of anybody that walks the walk quite like Scott does. And I just want to thank you, Scott, for all your incredible work as an advocate for people other than yourselves. And this is an exciting day for you and your organization, which you're going to talk about. But I know you don't like to take credit, but I'm here to tell you, Scott, you're a true community leader, and thank you for everything that you're doing.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor Reynolds. I guess we are an army of ants, I would say. There are many of us. I'm Scott with CAT, Coalition for Appropriate Transportation. And I would say today, welcome to CAT. CAT strengthens our Lehigh Valley community and our environment through bicycling, pedestrian access, and public transit. CAT works to improve mobility for everyone. Better bicycling, walking, ADA access, and public transit develop a stronger, smarter economy and a higher quality of life in our communities like Bethlehem. Sustainable transportation reduces traffic congestion, counters climate change, and offers a healthier community for everyone. Organization CAT serves adults, families, and young people of Lehigh and Northampton counties. Now, we're in Bethlehem because Bethlehem has been CAT's home for 32 years. Our current facility is 2 miles down West Broad Street, and for a Lehigh Valley-wide nonprofit, Bethlehem is geographically central for us, for CAT, to serve also residents of Easton, Allentown, and 59 other municipalities. Many of you know that CAT has been growing and searching for a new home for at least 2 years, so I'd like to hear a drum roll, please. All right, wow, an actual thank you. I'm proud to announce today that CAT will relocate our CAT office and bicycle cooperative to the heart of downtown Bethlehem in the Walnut Street Garage. The Bethlehem Parking Authority and the city have presented the opportunity for CAT to feel the pulse of downtown and to be central for all of Bethlehem's residents. We are honored for this opportunity to better serve and support the people of Bethlehem and beyond. Thank you, Mayor Reynolds. Thank you, Steve Fernstrom with the Parking Authority and the rest of the BPA for making this happen. So thank you, Steve. Thanks, Steve. So what this means, we are planning a street-facing 2,000 square foot CAT bicycle cooperative that will basically double our workspace. We look forward to that the new space will enable CAT to offer more programming 5 to 6 days per week, more bicycle mechanics classes, more group bike rides and traffic skills classes, to serve more adult residents to build bikes for transportation, and opportunities for young people to pick up a wrench and gain mechanical skills. We have many Liberty and Freedom High School students who come to us for their community service volunteer hours. The Cat Bicycle Cooperative is our base of operations for outreach to events that we plan at schools, our home base for partnering with community groups like bike rides on the trails with Delaware and Lehigh National Heritage Corridor. They're here. All right, see Britt. Thank you, Britt. And the Link Trails Network, which is our Lehigh Valley-wide menu of trails. It's also our home for bike safety education with scouts and police departments. Thank you, officers. And yeah, thank everybody. And more bike rides with partner groups as many different focus areas. We love biking, but we love even more so bringing biking to people and different groups with mental health support, addiction recovery, other partners such as the Bethlehem Area Public Library, Cafe de Lodge, Eastern PA Down Syndrome Center, Sites for Hope. The beauty of synergizing is on and on. And we know that not everybody rides a bike, but a lot of people do, and we want to connect. CAT wants to connect people with the desire to ride a bike, give them the tools they need to succeed, and let them enjoy the ride. Just to give you a sense, if CAT is new to you, of what CAT looks like in 2024, we have 272 active volunteers, 250 active members and supporters, 71 adults in our Bike to Work Bike Builds program. Where's Tim Phillips? Is he here? Tim's been instrumental in that, in helping adults build bikes for daily transportation. 257 youth bikes refurbished for the community. Where's Prado? Is Prado here?
He was here. There he is.
Prado is our chief of rebuilding bikes and working at the Cat Bicycle Cooperative. When I say that we have more than 3,000 volunteer hours this year, I think Prado has 1,000 of them, I would say. So we have to give. We have this year 1,493 youth have attended 40 bike events that CAT organized or partnered with. And I say partnered because we have partnered a lot with the cities in Bethlehem and Allentown, especially this year. With our new facility, we plan to greatly expand this programming. Oh, I should mention also this year we've had 50 bike rides with over 300 participants, many of which are a women's bike ride, which is every week, and rides for seniors and more. So we'd love to expand our programming, and we could not do it without the support of the city, the BPA, and many CAT members. As I say, the army of ants we are, everywhere. This move brings CATs together, our 3 mission areas, biking, walking, and riding the bus, as an alternative to sitting in traffic or an alternative to sitting on the couch. It shouldn't be surprising these days that people are looking to reconnect with community and with nature in their neighborhoods, on the trails, in downtowns, how modern and classical cities really consider human connection in their design and culture. Pat, we love to hear about your trip riding around Sicily. Yeah, this is what we want for the community, to bring people together. I must admit, today is not all roses. We mourned the death of an adult bike rider yesterday afternoon in Freemansburg. Our hearts are with them. We know that traffic deaths are preventable, and when drivers slow down, look around, and when bicyclists are aware of their role and responsibilities in traffic. So we're working hard on these things. Bethlehem has 2 full-service bike shops, Action Wheels and Cutters. Where's Scott? Is he here, I think?
He was here.
With Action Wheels, they serve the public very well to provide a key service, so please support them with your business. But CAT offers something very different, yet hopefully complementary to them. We offer an experience for hungry minds to learn. We save and rebuild old bikes that might have been thrown away, but really we bring them back to life through patience, skills sharing, sweat, and grease. Again, Prado and all the other volunteers of the Bike Co-op can tell you that. Back to our new facility, our Transportation Education Center, the Cat Bicycle Cooperative. We are in the planning phase and working with the BPA on legal documents, fit out details, and right now our planned move-in date is December of 2025. Is that close enough? As you can see, it's got a ways to go, but a year from now, we hope to be opening the door, right? At our new facility, we're planning to increase our capacity to 5 workstations so that up to 15 volunteers, students, and clients can work together at the same time. One of the workstations will include a new youth wheelchair accessible tool bench. We'll have more space for classes, workshops, bike ride leader trains, and even movie nights and other events that align with CAT's vision for the Lehigh Valley, where walking, ADA access, biking, and transit prevail. Our board president, Bill Michael John, thank you for holding the sign, and thank you. Bill is overseeing the new facility planning, so please say hello to him. And again, Bill, we appreciate your work so much on this project. We got a year to go, but we're doing great. Today's event also kicks off CAT's fundraising efforts to fit out the new facility. Our goal is to secure grants to cover a large portion of the work, but also to raise $50,000 from individual donors and supporting organizations. P.S. We already have a matching gift of $10,000. So we thank you for support past, present, and future. If you can help us with this fundraising effort, visit lvcat.org. That's lehighvalleycat.org. Or talk to our fundraising chair, Jennifer Cunningham. Jennifer is here. Jennifer is working hard. Thank you, Jennifer. I would also like to introduce our other CAT board members who I have not already recognized. Sherry Wilson, Edwin Kay, who's here, Jennifer Swan, Lisa Lubin, Yanni Brown, Gary Medine, and Ana Zararuja. They are working every day, every week for all the areas of CAT's mission. In my 18 years with CAT, is it that long? I feel like a geezer. I've seen Bethlehem's enthusiasm and support for bicycling progressively grow on all levels, from the mayor's office, city council, even city staff, the Bethlehem Health Bureau. Sherry Pinchishin is in the back. Thank you, Sherry. The police, planning department. It's like every city department, recreation, even the staff of the water and sewer department on Bike to Work Day have been out on bikes with us. I've seen Bethlehem's support for pedestrian safety grow through Vision Zero and other programs like, again, the Health Bureau's Citizens Traffic Advisory Committee, the EAC, and the Climate Action Plan. I've seen Bethlehem's partnerships with public transit and Lantibus grow with new enhanced bus service lines. It's awesome for us to have a chance to be next to Broad and Getter, the Bethlehem Transportation Center again. This is really ideal for us as CAT, and I hope that everybody can appreciate that in time. We're proud that the city and the BPA would consider a unique partnership with bicyclists and pedestrians to promote a facility in the Walnut Street Garage. We need only look around and see that we're in a world of cross-pollination. So for CAT as a biking and pedestrian group to partner with the BPA, I hope this collaboration can help new people experience the freedom and joy of biking around this town. I know that this is one of many steps the City of Bethlehem has planned to be supportive of residents' quality of life, healthy transportation, recreation, and climate sustainability. CAT is proud to be a community resource and a reminder for everyone to look out for each other when they're moving around on the city or by trail or by street. On behalf of CAT, again, we thank Bethlehem Parking Authority, the city, everybody for this amazing opportunity to expand our programs downtown and to synergize our work with efforts underway. Thank you, everybody involved. I'll pass it now to Mayor Reynolds and Darlene Heller.
Thank you. Thank you, Scott. And I mean that literally. You're like Mayor Scott. You talk about the plans. You talk about everything that I don't need to talk about. But I do want to call up our amazing Director of Planning and Zoning, Darlene Heller. We often talk about the journey that we're on together as a city. And Scott mentioned that the idea of bringing bike culture downtown isn't something that happened overnight. There are a lot of people to thank within City Hall that are currently working there, but also predated our administration. I know Kristen and Sherry are here from the Health Bureau who did amazing work on our Vision Zero plan that was first started almost 9 years ago. We started our Climate Action Plan about 5 years ago. We've worked with, I think I saw Matt from the Lehigh Valley Planning Commission staff here. They did their roll, walk, bike plan. I think I got those three in a row. Walk, roll. Yes. Okay. So we walk first. So, but and those plans are important because what they do is they set up the idea for us to be able to apply for money and also change that culture one step at a time. You can't change the culture quickly, but this is about bringing bike culture to the center of our city. CAT is an amazing organization. Their current location on the outskirts of Bethlehem was not the most ideal place. So this is a huge piece to the puzzle. And Darlene's going to come up here, and her and I are going to talk a little bit about some of those other pieces and how this is working together with some of the other great things we have going on in the city. So if we could welcome up Darlene.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. And this does feel like it's been a long time coming. A lot of things come together for this. We did a walkability study in the city how long ago? And we, when these plans happen, we chip away. And one thing that I've heard, we work with consultants from out of town, and I have heard this repeatedly, that one thing that they see in Bethlehem that they don't see in every community is that we have a lot of partners. And it makes it a whole lot easier for us to do our work because we don't have to do it alone. And that is so true. Lehigh Valley Planning Commission and the regional guidance that they give, CAT certainly. And I think really when you think about partnerships, 20 years ago, would you ever have thought that a bike advocacy group and a parking authority would have any kind of partnership? I mean, it's a whole new way of thinking. And I just admire, I have to say this, I just admire Scott so much, his enthusiasm. I think he might be one of the happiest people I know. I had some bricks in my backyard, and I was looking for someone to get rid of these bricks. Somehow I found out that Scott needs bricks. He came to my house on a bike, and we put them in the, he put them in the trailer in the back and biked off with a very heavy load of bricks. And I mean, he lives it. This is the way, he lives his life. He advocates, and someone said it earlier, he walks the walk. So, and I will say for the parking authority as well, I think that it's encouraging to see the parking authority come out with new and creative ways to consistently move forward with new partnerships. And we saw it in the Polk Street Garage, and with every new endeavor, there is more adjustment, there's more flexibility, there's more partnerships, and you'll see new announcements as we move ahead, I'm sure. I don't want to steal anybody's thunder, but it's so encouraging to see this move forward, and thank you to all of you that participate in these efforts. Thanks.
Thank you, Darlene. And Darlene has worked for, I believe, 4 mayors. She's been at this job for 25 years. And if you've moved to Bethlehem the last 25 years, or if you've stayed here, a lot of our smart urban development decisions have come across Darlene's desk. And I can never thank Darlene enough for the incredible forward-thinking vision that she has had. It's not a secret that America and even our city and our region made some, transportation mistakes in the 20th century. And over the past couple of decades, we have worked to unwind many of those. And we are going to continue to unwind many of those as we remind people that streets are for people and not just cars. And I talk about those different pieces that are coming together. Just last week, and I know I saw Councilwoman Kwiatek and Wilhelm around here, City Council voted to move forward the agreement of sale to purchase the last part of the Greenway, which is a huge deal. Thanks to the support of, and I know I saw Megan from our fantastic Congresswoman Susan Wild's office, we were able to get some grant money to be able to purchase that last remaining piece of the Greenway, which has taken up about 80% of Darlene's professional life over the past 17, 18 years. But we have this Class A amenity that you don't find in a lot of places that really is connecting those trails throughout the Lehigh Valley. Last year, we had completed Monocacy Way Trail. We are working in the spring of 2025 to finish the rest of Monocacy Way. We know we had received $10 million from the federal government last year to be able to redo Broad Street and really kind of set the stage for what we want our city to be. And this is the next big piece of that. And, as Ms. Stein is holding this board here, I also want to just briefly talk about 2 plans that we have underway. And I know sometimes people, when they hear the word plan in the government, they kind of roll their eyes. But the things you like about Bethlehem came out of the plans. And as I always say, everybody has a plan until you ask them what it is. And the fact that we have plans in the city of Bethlehem allow us to be able to apply for the Greenway, allow us to get $10 million, allow us to be able to go to funders in the state and federal government and the private sector and say, you can have confidence investing in the city of Bethlehem. And we are about to undertake two very, very exciting plans. The first one is a complete streets plan. If you know anything about complete streets, the idea of designing complete streets is that they are safe and accessible for pedestrians, for bikes, for cars. Now that looks different depending on what type of street it is. We have some streets that you probably think about in Bethlehem right now that you would say are the perfect balance, but we have others that are not. And there is no reason why we can't make more of an effort and come up with some type of an implementation plan to be able to improve those other streets. And the second thing that we are undertaking right now is a citywide bike master plan as well. For too long, and Scott mentioned the tragedy that occurred in Freemansburg yesterday, for too long, people on bikes have not felt as safe or as included as they should on our streets. Same thing with pedestrians. We have the makings, we have the beginnings of what you would think would be a good way to be able to get across Bethlehem in all of our directions on your bike. But we don't have a complete bike plan. And the first step in being able to implement one is being able to do the research, talk to people, have those conversations to be able to implement that. As Darlene said, these are not conversations we could have had 20 or 30 or 40 years ago. This was not the conversation that we had in the Bethlehem that I was growing up in. And that doesn't just come from the excellent work Darlene does, or the excellent work the Health Bureau does, or our various mayors that have been committed to this. This comes from you. This comes from every time somebody volunteers a cat, every time somebody is willing to ride that bike, every time somebody shows up at a meeting and says, don't forget about pedestrians, don't forget about bikes. That builds the momentum that when we have these opportunities, you're able to convince people like Steve Fernstrom and our Parking Authority board. This is a great place for CAT to come downtown. And it's just another step. And as I said, you can't change a culture overnight, but we are doing it step by step. We are doing it mile by mile. And a lot of that is not happening in City Hall. It is happening organically in our community, because I look out and I see so many people that are committed to that idea of sustainability. They're committed to that idea of climate action. And they are committed to the idea that we're going to create neighborhoods in Bethlehem that give people the opportunity to be able to move around in a safe manner. And I guess I would finish before I turn over to a couple other people for comments by saying that, you know, what Scott talked about is getting out to schools and having conversations with people, having conversations with kids is some of the greatest work we can do. Because what we're doing is we are talking to young people about what the value means of having a bike, what the value means of moving around on a bike, and how you feel connected to other people. And that's an amazing thing that you don't have in a lot of cities. So this is the next big piece in all of that work that we're doing here in the city of Bethlehem, and we just could not be more excited for it. So that being said, our next speaker is going to be Ben Guthrie from our Environmental Advisory Council to talk for a couple of minutes about the climate action impact, and then we're going to turn over to Sergeant Ryman from our police department. So Ben, I don't know where you are, Ben. Oh, there you are.
Thank you, Mayor Reynolds, for that great introduction. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ben Guthrie. I'm here today on behalf of the city's Environmental Advisory Council. And I speak for the whole EAC when we say that we were thrilled to learn that CAT's going to have a brand new location in the heart of downtown Bethlehem. Bethlehem's already one of the most walkable and bikeable communities in the whole Lehigh Valley. And one of the main goals of the Climate Action Plan is to build upon that strength and continue to make the city a better place for walking and biking. CAT's a key partner for those goals. Their events like group bike rides and adult education classes help build the local biking community. By having their location downtown, we're looking forward to more community events and bike rides that begin and end right in the middle of Bethlehem's walkable downtown. So looking forward, the EAC looks forward to continuing to work with CAT to implement the Climate Action Plan and to make Bethlehem a more fun and more safe place to walk and bike. Thank you to everybody who made this happen today.
And I'd like to call up Sergeant Ryman from our Bethlehem Police Department. You know, we are fortunate here in the city of Bethlehem to have police officers that travel our community on bikes. They're advocates for safety, advocates for sustainability, and we just could not be happier that they are here. We are also happier next Wednesday we release our budget for 2025. We have new bikes for you guys that are in the budget, so you can look forward to that. But that was really a request of our police chief and our police administration, because our bike officers are truly a key part of our community. They are leaders, they are helpful, The joy that you guys all exhibit when you're talking to our young people is infectious, and I can't thank you enough. So Sergeant Ryman, if you could come up to make a few comments, we'd love that.
I'm Sergeant Ryman with the Bethlehem Police Department. Like the mayor was saying, we have a community services division. As part of that, we get to do a lot of bike safety education particularly for youth. It's for adults also, but CAT has been such an incredible partner through that process for bike safety and accessibility. I live in the city myself. I actually bike to work. I have children that also bike. One of the things that we have been lucky enough to do is provide them with bicycles, provide them with helmets as they get older, but not every family is able to do that. And one of the great things about CAT is they're able to help families that are in need have that same accessibility. Biking is a great freedom. I enjoyed it as I was a kid and have continued as I'm an adult, but it's a wonderful opportunity to be able to give that same freedom to the future generations. And it's rare that you have an event that is so you can support professionally but also personally. Like I said, as a resident of Bethlehem, I think this is a great move. CAT is going to be such an incredible asset downtown, and it's excellent to hear that this move is happening. Thank you.
Thank you, Sergeant. So as we transition to our second announcement, I want to just once again thank Steve, our Parking Authority Executive Director, as well as I see Mark Jobs and Dan Sobrinsky here from the Parking Authority Board. And Darlene talked about it. People's ideas of what a parking authority is don't always include any type of non-vehicular transportation. But they also don't always think about what it is that vibrancy means for a downtown. And parking garages, by definition, are not exactly the best energy kind of additions to a downtown. Sorry, Steve. Like they're where we park our cars, but oftentimes you don't necessarily have a lot of energy associated with it. And when we looked at the redevelopment as the Walnut Street Garage needed to come down, we thought, how do we bring vibrancy? How do we bring energy to an area that essentially had been dead for 50 years in our downtown? The energy of our downtown stops. I see Neville Gardner, who owns a fantastic restaurant about 50 yards away. But as soon as you kind of pass Neville's place, the energy of our downtown kind of died. And we needed to change that. So we're not only bringing people down here for CAT, but we're also thinking about how else can we support our small business community? How can we bring people down? And to make our second exciting announcement of the day, I'm going to welcome up Steve again, as well as Ty from our Downtown Bethlehem Association to kind of talk about what we're going to do with the second retail space here in the new Walnut Street Garage. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Reynolds. So we often say we're more than just parking cars. We're about how we sustainably and efficiently move people around Bethlehem. And this partnership with CAT is a big step forward. But none of these initiatives, programs, and partnerships would be possible if it wasn't for the support and leadership of Mayor Reynolds and his administration. So a big thank you to him. The mission of the Bethlehem Parking Authority is to create an efficient and balanced parking system that serves the collective interests of our local businesses while enhancing the downtown experience. Through responsible operations and significant improvements in efficiencies, we continuously redirect funds back in the community to support local initiatives, projects, and organizations. Over the past couple of years, as a result of these efficiencies, we've increased our funding to the Bethlehem Downtown Association, Southside Arts District by more than 20%. This funding allows these wonderful organizations to continue their fantastic work and bring people downtown. With the redevelopment of the new garage, we're thrilled to introduce 2 new retail spaces for our downtown. As we look to the future of the second retail space, we realized the best approach was to invite ideas from our community. This is a wonderful opportunity to bring something fresh and innovative to our downtown while engaging in a very unique and public approach. Today, we're officially announcing a call for ideas for the second retail space. We've collaborated with business owners, city officials, and various stakeholders to create a streamlined process for small business owners and entrepreneurs to share their visions on what this space could be. To participate, simply use the QR code displayed here or visit our website to submit your initial ideas. All submissions will be reviewed by a committee, and at the end of the process, we look forward to working with a group to add a vibrant new element to our downtown. We're eager to see the creativity that our community will bring to our downtown. And now to share more about our downtown initiatives, I'd like to introduce Ty Versacchi, manager of the DBA. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ty Versacchi. I am the manager of the Downtown Bethlehem Association. As you know, Downtown Bethlehem is undergoing an exciting period of growth and transformation. We've welcomed new residents, building businesses, and celebrate our World Heritage status. Today, we are thrilled to announce a significant development. CAT is moving downtown. This is a prime example and opportunity to revitalize our city and create a vibrant and dynamic hub. To continue this momentum, we are launching a search for a second retail space to join CAT in the Walnut Street Garage. You can access more information by scanning the QR code bar. This is a fantastic chance for businesses to become a part of our thriving downtown community. I want to extend a special thank you to the mayor for his unwavering support and vision for the Downtown Bethlehem. Additionally, I would like to express my gratitude to the Downtown Bethlehem Association Board for their dedication and hard work in revitalizing our city. We are eager to collaborate with everybody that is a part of this, the City of Bethlehem, the Chamber of Commerce, and the community to select an ideal business for this space. Let's work together to make a downtown Bethlehem more vibrant and exciting. Thank you.
Thank you, Ty, and thank you, Steve. You don't always get the opportunity to pick what goes in your retail spaces. And a lot of times people have conversations about we should have this downtown or we should have this downtown. What we've been able to do because of the smart leadership of the Parking Authority and Steve and Dan and Mark is be able to choose what are the best things for our downtown. CAT, as we've talked about, is a wonderful addition to our downtown, and this call for ideas is basically opening up the door to small business owners out there, entrepreneurs, to talk about, to be able to think about what is it that they want to be able to do to add to the vibrancy of our downtown. One of the things that you look at that Angie has here on this board is we're thinking about like, how do we meet a need? How do we increase our vibrancy? We want businesses that bring a lot of people downtown. Some businesses do okay, but they don't bring a lot of people downtown. You need to bring people downtown, and this is just so exciting that we are able to announce both of these things on the same day. And I can't thank Steve enough. And like I said, I could spend time going down every one of you and thanking you for the role that you played. But it's another big step here for Bethlehem. Scott did not say this, but as soon as we wrap up here, we're going to take a little bit of a ride for about a 10-minute ride throughout the downtown. So just to sum up, and we will be available, at the conclusion of that ride, if there's any questions from the media and things like that. It's only going to be about 10 minutes, but I just want to thank everybody for coming out and thanks for all of the support. As Steve mentioned before, or somebody asked, the Walnut Street Garage is coming along. We're on schedule to open in that fourth quarter of 2025 in time for that next holiday season. And then we can welcome CAT and hopefully a retail business number 2 shortly afterwards, and just continue that vision we have to really bring some energy, some vibrancy to our downtown. So once again, thank you for coming today. Thank you for all your support. And as I said, another great day for the city. Thank you.